at Oulton Broad. And this is Gavin and Dawn. Do you want to introduce your channel to anyone that doesn't know your channel? And I shall be disgusted if they don't know your channel.
Yeah, mine is. No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It's Love Life, Love Boat. So it's not anything hub, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's Boat Hub.
No, that's a friend of ours channel. Love Life, Love Boat, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll stick links, but
I'm going to sit with a cushion like this so I don't look quite as fat as I actually am. There we go.
It's not fat, mate. It's not fat.
It's all muscle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all muscle. So
stomach muscle.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Dogs filled the space already.
Oh yeah, look, dogs are in there.
Oh, so cute.
We've managed to do absolutely nothing other than sit on board the boats and drink and eat.
And drink.
And I think we actually did. We ever tend to drink last night? I can't remember. Did we drink last night?
No.
No,
not at all.
We've not been anywhere or done anything, I think. So this is going to be quite a short story.
We're teetotal. Nothing happened.
Cups of tea, coffee.
Moored up perfectly.
Yeah.
Arrived. Didn't get stuck at any bridges.
No. Well,
so let's start at the beginning. So when you came down on Wednesday, talk us through the journey. Tell us what happened.
So you mean from Cornwall?
No, not from
No, I was
Cornwall.
going to say because
We
from
were in
Cornwall.
Loddon on Wednesday, Rich.
Yeah, we were in Loddon on Wednesday. We left the mooring without any disaster, which is unusual. Actually got a round of applause off of the boatyard opposite.
That was a sense of relief.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
I think they were disappointed, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they were disappointed that
I had
nothing.
the pointy stick ready to push us off the other
You mean
boat.
you had the boat hook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stick thing.
Yeah.
A stick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's my kind of talk.
Yeah.
and we had a really lovely journey down. The chat was very
bendy.
Yeah, but very reedy. It's what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about the amount of growth on the River Chet.
Yeah.
Just the fact that there's a lot of weeding there at the moment.
Yeah.
And it needs a weed boat down there pretty much.
And it is.
And it's quite silted towards the end as well.
And the channel where it needs sort of cutting back is like getting narrower and narrower all the time. But we passed a couple of big boats going down there as well, which was really interesting because the actual stave was full up. So.
But you were nice and relaxed and calm, weren't you?
Yeah.
And the conditions were good, and it was a lovely day.
Yeah.
And then you rang through to Reedham Bridge.
Which we went through Reedham, which was, he said you had 15 minutes, and I worked it out. I had 14 minutes to get to the bridge. So we just done it as they closed the bridge behind us. At some lunch on the way down the new cut, which is it me or does the new cut as you go down it just get longer and longer?
Yeah.
It's the most boring bit of river in the world, isn't it?
What is it you call the pylons?
Oh, mini Eiffel Towers. It's
Well, the new cut at the moment.
It's broken up by the fact that we we head for the Eiffel Towers.
The Eiffel Towers, yeah, just at St Omer's.
Yeah.
So be careful down the new cut because it's been built by, I think around about 20 years ago. They put cage stone to reinforce the sides.
Yeah.
And the cages are breaking open. And last year, if you remember, a boat sank, and also the side of the cut actually collapsed as a train was about to go over it. So it stopped just before the train got there. Literally, otherwise that would have been a major incident. But the foundation underneath the track literally gave way in the side of the bank into the river. But a lot of the new cut is completely utterly broken. Those side things, and you won't see them. They're really dangerous, and if you get too close to the sides, they'll do a lot of damage to your boat. Some of them have been flagged off with yellow obstruction markers.
Oh yeah, we saw that, didn't we?
Yeah. However, don't get near the edge.
Oh no, I must admit we tend to cruise right down the middle.
Yeah.
And then only if there's anything coming the other way.
When you move, to let people pass.
Move over to go past. But they were actually, I know when we were down last year, there was a lot of work right by the bridge just before you get to the yacht station, the marina.
Yeah, St Ives Marina.
Yeah, there was.
And that was exactly that. So what happened was the foundation under the rail track gave way and collapsed into the river.
Yeah.
And literally, it collapsed in front of a train which stopped.
Wow.
That came as close as you come to kind of a major rail incident, because that would have been derailed into the new cut. That would have been really serious.
Scary.
It's very scary. Yeah.
So we made it through there.
Yeah.
And then I gave Somerleyton a ring, but as I was coming around the corner, I could see that the moorings were very busy. And the minute I rang, and I said to him, "When will the bridge open?" He said, "If you're lucky, 7 o'clock." I realised that we were going to be stuck for a period of time.
What time was that you got there?
Oh, 2ish.
2ish.
Yeah, probably 2ish.
You managed to get tied up though on the quay, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And ironically, I managed to moor there perfectly with no dramas, no nothing.
No, it was perfect.
Perfect mooring. And then that's when I kept updating you with the fact it still wasn't open, it still wasn't open, it still wasn't open. So the bridge, it got to the point where the actual bridge, the signalman, was ringing the boat behind us direct and saying, "Right, it's cooling down, it's cooling down, it's cooling down, it's cooling down."
Did you explain why the bridge was closed?
Oh, yeah, obviously, because it was so hot that the
rails expand.
Rails expand,
yeah.
And you can't open the bridge because they're just jammed against the.
Well, that's what they say. But a few years ago, in the same sort of heat, they managed to open them.
Yeah.
In the past, they put some rails or even dampen them down. They won't do that now. But obviously, it never jams open. It only ever jams closed.
Yeah.
And they're more worried about delivery of service. Even though we've got a right of way,
yeah,
it isn't reasonable in the modern world to expect that we should demand a bridge swing. But the law still states that we should, and they should give it to us ahead of a rail journey.
Yeah.
I know it's not practical in the modern world.
The thing is,
rules date back to
with swing bridges, with the right infrastructure on the bridge, it shouldn't matter whether it's hot, cold, because it's old technology. It locks. The tracks just line up and lock. Whereas with new infrastructure, you should be able to have rails that actually slide against each other, so the rails move. So,
we're stuck in 1860.
Yeah.
A piece of engineering that goes back a little bit longer than modern engineering, And they're great things to have, but they need to do something in years to come.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, there were quite a few of us stacked up, weren't there?
I think it was 5, 6 boats in total. And obviously you then come along and joined us. Perfect mooring, if you don't mind me saying so.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely perfect mooring.
Nobody was swearing when we were talking.
Dawn obviously didn't think that was really the case.
So it took
when he went way
stride.
past us, and I thought, how far are you going to go? Because I thought you were going to turn around.
Just so you can't hear us swearing.
Yeah, it wasn't out of earshot.
No, unfortunately, carries on the water, doesn't it?
Right.
So perfect mooring.
Must have been somebody else. It was,
you and then you were there for about an hour.
25 minutes.
Yeah. And then when the bridge opened, wow, it's just like a mad rush. Everyone was like, gone.
Le Mans start. Yeah,
stampede, wasn't it?
Yes,
except for you.
Except for me, and it was except for me because
somebody was tied up to your boat, so you had to untie them first.
And we don't have bow thrusters.
You don't need a bow thruster.
We had a bit of trouble getting our boat away from the side, didn't we?
You did.
Every time you tried to get away from the side, the boat came back into the side.
Yeah. Anyway, we did make it, and someone very nicely hovered underneath the bridge
to keep the bridge
open.
I decided to come back through just so he didn't think about closing it before he got through.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So then we managed to quite happily tootle on down. We sort of came ahead of you a bit, didn't we? And then we got to Oulton Broad. Now, the last time we got here, I made it okay-ish, but it did come in and people did catch the lines. This time I did exactly the same that I did last time, and completely messed it up.
There was quite a lot of boats on this piece of mooring when you came in, wasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. There's one.
There's nobody here.
Absolutely
At the
none.
biggest space you can
At the
imagine.
biggest space, and
I still thought he was going to hit the boat on the end, at the other side of the mooring.
so, but we did make it. We did arrive.
Everybody came and grabbed the ropes and pulled you in, didn't
Pulled
they?
me in. Even the guy that owns our marina was here to meet us. I mean, that's customer service, you know.
Yeah, something similar happened to me once before, and the guy who owned the marina was there waiting for me, but had a bill in his hand, so it was slightly different.
Oh, we were paying for dinner, weren't we?
Yes,
So,
yeah. So we
Oh, you offered to pay for dinner.
He paid for us last
Oh,
time.
did he?
yeah.
Oh,
He's,
wonderful.
He paid for our
What a
dinner.
lovely person.
he's
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Ting
And then-
Dean, take that on board. Can I please have dinner on you? You know. Yeah, or ABP for the 11 years of service I gave you guys as well.
Yeah.
A small meal would be nice, or something a little bit more than that.
Fish and chips would be nice, mate, wouldn't it, if it was free?
You know, free food. I mean,
Free food.
well, I'm glad you made it here. It's a pleasure to see you.
It was just really nice. Really nice. I mean, yesterday was an absolutely brilliant day.
Weather's been amazing, hasn't it?
Oh,
The
yeah.
last few days.
Yeah.
We just seem to be stuck in this weather cycle at the moment where the forecast has been getting overcast towards the end of the day, yet it just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And it stayed warm. There's a lovely breeze blowing today, and it was,
It's just been
you know,
gorgeous.
lovely.
It's been absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous. So,
Thing is, you've got you know it's Friday now.
yeah.
You've got to get up in the morning, go back to Loddon, so it's a few hours journey.
Yeah.
Get in the car.
Yeah.
And how many miles is it back home?
382.
82 miles.
382 miles.
To get ready to go to work at 6 o'clock on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Wow.
But I love my job.
And I've only got to work the one day.
Yeah.
And you've only got a 10-hour shift.
Yeah.
Well, that's not. We don't know that for certain, do we?
Okay, but your station is a lot closer to the hospital. Just putting it out there.
All right. Well, it's not beyond the realms to be late, and not beyond the realms to go to Trelisk from that station, which does make it a rather long journey back.
Exeter? Barnstable would be nice.
Or can't talk about those work things really.
No.
So,
Just saying, but the hospitals are a long distance.
yeah.
So,
And of
but
course, we have no hospital delays up here. Of course, our service runs brilliantly, so I can't comment on that.
yeah,
You know, it's so
I've heard.
different down there.
So I've
Yeah.
heard, mate.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. I remember seeing them on the national targets which were published a few months ago, and I'm pretty certain I didn't see any of our hospitals on there.
I've seen most of ours.
Just anyway, let's discuss that.
Yes.
Keep that one to ourselves.
We'll keep that one to ourselves. So yeah, so all in all, we had a really good day yesterday. Today we have, what have we done today? Well, we've sat on the back of your boat,
Yeah,
and oh no, we didn't. So we went out this morning.
we did. We had
We went
breakfast,
out this morning
breakfast in
and
the
had
park.
an amazing breakfast.
50 yards to breakfast.
Yeah,
50 yards to
yeah,
breakfast.
50 yards to breakfast. That was hard work.
Yeah.
Came back and chatted, and then it was
Lunchtime.
then it was Prosecco o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We Prosecco came out and
Dibbles and nips.
yeah, dibbles and nips, and then we just sat on the back of the boat.
Dawn got a boob job and got some triple G's.
Oh, yeah, there will be a photograph.
Yeah.
You grew some balls.
I'll have to show you the picture. I'll put it up here somewhere. But I was impressive. If anyone used to read Viz magazine, Buster Gonads.
Yeah.
And Katie Price.
Gav wasn't impressed with the colour of his balls. So
No, he wasn't.
They were too
No, I
white,
couldn't.
apparently.
I couldn't work out if my balls should be white or blue.
Blue. Yeah.
I ended up with them white, but I think I should have had blue balls.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been the right thing.
And then he hung his balls off the front of his boat
Oh yeah.
while we watched.
Was a long sausage fender? No, I didn't. No, let's not go.
I'm
there.
going to actually take a picture before we go of his
Dangly
balls.
balls.
dangly ones.
So let me tell you about your boat here.
Yeah.
Like, So you know, you've spoken to me the last couple of days about changing boats and aspirations for a bigger boat. Yet you've got one of the most deceptively good boats you could ever have. Inside wise, it's comfortable. It's got an amazingly nearly fitted galley with Korean worktop. It's beautiful. You've got the same size front cabin as we've got. It's got a deceptively large mid cabin, twin diesel, powerful diesels, and I know a few people have had this particular boat, 310s, and they're very capable, very sea capable. In fact, our friends Ian and Heather, they took theirs up and down the East Coast completely, from one end of the East Coast down London, Thames, Kent, no problems at all. And they're in pretty big seas as well, so I know exactly what they're capable of. Why would you even think of changing it? It's just lovely. It's a lovely boat.
I think it's for a good few years. I think it will do us, but our aspirations are to one day spend a lot more time on the boat, practically living on it and working bank and doing the odd shift here and there. But
see, I've got a slightly different plan. My plan is to rob a bank and buy a bigger boat. That's it's not quite.
Well, it's got the word bank in it, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a few jobs to do on our boat this year.
Your boat is absolutely beautiful.
I think we've got some outdrive work to do this year. We've got our window rubbers to replace this year because they're all shrunk and dried. Yeah. So my two primary jobs that I've got to do. A couple of potential little jobs, and then we'll look at where we're going to go next. But we had been, we bought our boat from. We knew the previous owners relatively well. I knew the owners before that relatively well, so I've known our boat Friday Night for more than 10 years. Yeah. And since we've had our boat, we've taken it up and down the East Coast. Last year we went. I put some videos up of going down to the Devon.
I'll put a link to that.
We've been out in some relatively choppy seas. I've lost a drone overboard, which
that was hilarious.
which perfect. The best drone footage I've ever filmed, bar none, because I've got the low res downloads from them. The best films I've ever filmed with the drone ever at sea.
It just came,
and it was landing perfectly until your brother decided to. No, it was me trying to catch it, and then I knocked it into the side of the canopy, and then it flew into the sea, and it went plop, and the seals just watched and went, yeah.
My brothers were killing themselves laughing. They went plop. I've never seen them laugh like that.
Mind you, our dogs nearly did that today off the back of your boat, didn't they? Trying to escape, yeah. So, absolutely beautiful. It's just absolutely stunning. We've had a really good time. Honestly, as you can see, I'm a bit redder than I normally am. And
that's only because you've had a few slaps in the face with Lisa, but
I've got a burnt leg.
Missed a bit.
We're set up on the fly bridge, or upstairs as you call it.
Upstairs.
I thought about ringing 111 for you just to see what sort of reaction we'd get there.
That would be a catastrophic burn, mate. That would be a category
full
1
thickness burn.
Yeah, so it would be a category 1 response.
It would, yeah.
Just pour some cold water over it, then, basically.
Yeah.
Bag of sprouts.
Yeah, the ambulance will turn. The ambulance will turn up and they'll chuck a bucket of water over your head. The ice cream will be missing a couple of scoops.
So
don't go looking at reviews on Amazon, people. It's just not good.
Don't be looking at the Veet review on Amazon.
The only thing that would be nicer on this boat is out there we haven't really got enough seating area, have we? Everybody's all got to sit in a row like you're waiting for a bus or something. Be nice if there was seating opposite.
Just enough room to put a couple of, like a director's chair or something would be.
I mean, I think we could actually do that. We've got some seating to review that we've been sent, so I think that's.
Because we've got the ladder there and the doorway.
Some seating to review.
Yeah, we've been sent some seats and collapsible seats and tables to review that I've been desperately, because we've had so much stuff to review that I just can't keep piling the channel up with reviews because.
Are they normal height chairs?
They are. Yeah.
Right. The only reason I asked that is we've got given some other chairs to review,
which were really good. But I mean, it took us.
Once you worked out how to do.
Says the woman who was like, "Where does this go?" We never read instructions, so whenever we do a review, I go instructions. Oh yeah, don't need them. And we sat up on Plymouth Hoe. Was it the Hoe?
No, we were at Saltash Park when we did those chairs.
Chairs, they're not incontinence boat seat 2.
They're really low. They're really low to the ground.
Yeah. Like fisherman's chairs.
Incontinent. There used to be a spoof advert that I had once years ago that had been done on a spoof reel for a company that I did some voiceover work and stuff for, and they'd done this. They were incontinence car seat 2. The seat that keeps your arse on the throne when you're away from home.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely awesome.
I love it.
So I've now got visions of you having some sort of incontinence boat seat, so you don't have to get up. You can just sort of stay seated all day.
So what? If you had incontinence issues, once you try and get up off those seats, you'd have a problem because they're really low to the ground.
They are very, very low. Yeah, they're hard work.
Well, I wouldn't be able to get up. You'd have to get Sarah steady going back properly. Maybe you should fit a crane.
They've got the legs are where they've got the piece of elastic going through all of them, and you've got to fight to bend it.
Don't let me.
And you let go of it, it sort of pings itself back into.
I've got a feeling if you let me sit on those, it'd be something like from Shallow Hal, where the chair collapses.
Oh, I love it.
That'd be quite. So you're having some work done on the boat, though, aren't you?
Yeah. So we are going to have some work done. We're going to have a bow thruster fitted.
Don't need one.
I'm going to get a galley button fitted.
You don't need one, but
it's just little things, little things.
And you're having the throttle plates changed as well, aren't you?
Yeah, throttle plates, but they're really hard to come by. The only people that are doing it at the moment are in France, and they're on such back order. There is something like a 9-month waiting list.
Can't you just get something to fabricate them out of stainless steel plate or something?
Yeah, well, I did say that. I guess
literally, I can think of 3 or 4 people that could probably fabricate those quite easily for you.
Yeah,
because they're laser just laser cut
them.
Laser cut them.
It's something that I've suggested, and I might say to him, tomorrow. I say to Lee tomorrow, can you have a look and see if it's something you can fabricate on make. So, what about you? What's your plans? Because we're going to run from here at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, we don't know. For long term, I don't know what we're going to do. Tomorrow, I'm not in a hurry back. I don't have to be back at work until Monday.
Ouch.
But I might leave tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Sort of stick around during the day for a little bit.
When we know the bridge is going to be open tomorrow night.
So it's 24 hours, so I'll give him a shout this time of night, and even if we don't make it too far further, I've sort of sat myself the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world for us, because I can drop the radar arch down, because I've got the magic radar arch.
Yeah.
So I can get underneath the bridge, so it's not such a big deal for me.
Yeah.
A long term into the summer, want to do some coastal, want to get out and do some more coastal cruising this year.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't taken this boat up to Wells. Wells is, a lovely little harbour. It's 52 miles from Yarmouth, or from here it's about 64, 66 each way. So it is on a nice day. It's the most amazing journey. So you can have a flat sea all the way round past Haysborough, past Waxham, past Seapauling, round to the top of Norfolk. And it's a very challenging little journey in, so it's worth doing because it keeps you on your toes. Make sure you're plotting, you follow like a withy track. Yeah. And it's well marked, but it's a good, and the harbour master's wonderful guy, absolutely amazing. That's a good journey. As I say, I'm familiar with most of the East Coast, so if it turns rubbish and looks a bit more rubbish, it's a much easier journey going south from here down to Ipswich, getting into the Orwell, Oulton backwaters, and I hope you can join us towards the end of summertime, because
that'd be very nice.
These are doable journeys.
Yeah.
Just make you need to get this out to sea on a choppy sea, if nothing else, you need to rip it across Braden several times as soon as you can, because you do need to know if you've got any problems, fuel problems, fuel breather problems, you know. You're not going to know that until you start stirring the tanks up.
Yeah.
Better to find the tank stirring up in here in Braden water and limping back on one engine and sorting them out yourself, because you don't need anyone sorting them out. It'll just be rough fuel or whatever it is. And then, you know, just making sure the boat's okay for sea, making sure, you know, your boat's got all the safety equipment I would normally carry to sea, which you know, we've got life jackets obviously for ourselves. One's out of service. I've got to get that service this year. Our life rings, you know, throwing lines, we've got those. Normally if I go to sea, I make sure my tender is inflated. I used to carry a life raft, but make sure the tender is inflated, so I've got a life raft of sorts if I need one. And then, you know, things like grab bag, you know. People now are probably going for laser flares rather than carrying a full coastal flare pack. However, I'm still old school with a coastal flare pack. My flares run out of date this year, so I need to get them changed. And a grab bag with essential things in that. And typical things we've got in a grab bag, you know, if we go away, is like a mobile phone you put in a plastic envelope.
Hair dryer,
hair straighteners, solar generator.
This is a discussion. We'll have this discussion as well in a minute.
Cuddly toy, fondue set of bathrobes, Black and Decker workmate. It was the holiday. So we've got that water in there. Actually got a shortwave radio in there, believe it or not.
Wow.
I've got a VHF handheld radio. That is the East Coast. If things, you've got to weigh this up. If you call a mayday on the East Coast, you're going to get a quick response. But if the worst comes to the worst and somebody was really unwell on board, this is the East Coast. It's a flat shoaling shores. You could probably run it aground and wade ashore if you were really that unwell or, you know, need a quick response. But you don't want to be doing that. You want to be arriving at a port. So so making sure our boats up to spec. Get yours up to spec and get you out on the sea. I think
that I can't wait to do.
And you say you've done your day skipper?
I have, practical and theory. So.
And what's Lisa done?
Nothing.
So I think you're probably worth doing a VHF. License, you know, VHF certificate. I did. Although you can call a mayday. Without that, you know, can you go on channel 16 and activate that anywhere in the emergency situation?
I think what I did suggest to Lisa is that she at least did the helmsman's course, because then she'll know more than me. She'll be able to control the boat.
And the other thing is a good old fashioned practice.
How long does this take then?
I think it's a day.
I think it's a day. We'll just do a day, do a handling course. Just do a day sea handling. Company I'd recommend locally is Paul Carter, East Coast Training Services. Very good.
Well, so we could do that. We could come down on a boat, and then you two could go off and learn how to handle the boat, and then you can come back and show me. Another good course is the RYA level 2, powerboat level 2. That's a really good course. It's more practical. It's handy to do. All those things are aspirational. You don't have to do them, but I think it would be. I'm a great believer in if you go out there and you've had no training whatsoever. Yes, it was a year and a bit ago I did my RYA day skipper course, but I've got the baseline knowledge to get me out to trouble and to know where I am, to work out where I am.
Can you tell me? Because I haven't.
I
just make a phone call.
That's why I've got.
Siri, how do I make my boat work? Thank you.
That's why I've got charts there. Navionics there.
He told me that screen up there was supposed to be for me.
So we got sent this to review.
It's supposed to be mine, look. And
but
he's decided
it's great
he's going to keep
because
it.
I can fit Navionics on here, and as I've just stuck a holder upstairs.
That's not why I saw you looking on it last night through the window when I was poking and spying on you.
Yes,
I'm pretty certain that wasn't Navionics.
No, it was, mate. It was definitely Navionics. Began with a P, ended with a B.
So that's not mine then.
It is yours, darling. You can use it.
Oh, thank you.
And then, sorry, it's yours. Do I have permission to use it when we're on the boat?
So you should keep me under control anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I think at the very minimum, realistic is practice and planning.
Yeah.
Simple sea passage.
Yeah.
Southwold's got a challenging harbour entrance for the East Coast.
Yeah.
In retrospect, when you look at where you live,
yeah,
it's probably not as challenging as other places. Certainly down on Cornwall and Devon coast, you've got some more challenging entrances.
Yeah.
You've got a fast ebb there, it's fast for the East Coast. You've got a difficult exit out of Lowestoft sometimes if the sea is, if you've got winds coming in particularly easterly winds, it really piles up over the harbour entrance. Learning kind of the way to deal with them, not to be frightened with things unless they're absolutely terribly dangerous.
Yeah.
Just learning how to
just turn around and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Too windy and dangerous, you turn around.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't. We tend to just push on, don't we? But Southwold's a lovely little harbour. As a first sea journey, it's a great place. Great place to visit, and it's a good place to visit for a weekend.
Yeah, that'd be really
if you
nice.
can get on the floating pontoon. If it's normally booked up, because in the summer, half of Holland arrives in Southwold normally on a good day. Especially if you've got like
72 miles from Lowestoft across to Holland.
I think it's a bit further than that. I think it's a little bit more than that.
Who was it saying there? It's 70.
Tony on that big boat.
Yeah, he said 72 miles.
But you can do it if you plane the whole way, and do it we can certainly do it comfortably, and but you tend to sort of poodle along for most of it. But they sail over. I can't remember the exact journey time. But it's once again new skills, because you go into Imogen and then you have to tie up between 4 posts. So you have 2 stern lines, 2 bow lines, and was that just run out of space?
Yeah.
Yes, my phone just needs plugging in. Really, just keep the phone alive. Is that running?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
right. Sorry, we're back in the room. Sorry about that. Technical issues. All this. See, you think this vlogging malarkey is easy going?
I think it runs smoothly.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna edit hardly any of this because you know us. I can't edit. So this is the difference between Gav and I. Gav's channel is phenomenal. It's really instructive. His last video, which you really got to watch, is just brilliant. Really well done. Really well. The voiceover. What's
Narrative.
The narration.
Yeah, narration is just so professional. So you've unlike us, where we just waffle and waffle and waffle, Gav doesn't.
I do. I just edit those bits out. So I'm like Chumley Warner. So tell me, Grayson.
So yeah, so that is the plan for us. Is to eventually get out and go and take this out to do what it was meant to do.
Yep. Go to sea and carry beer.
Yes.